basically my heater. It's a bit far. You should not hear it. But if you're still hearing it, let me know. Other than that, okay. No one has... Oh, it's not turned on. Sorry. There are no raised hands. Nope. Okay, I'll see if there are any comments, questions. I'm in short on whiff and bonk. Wow, okay. It doesn't confirm that you can hear me. But I assume you can hear me. I have closed the shorts on them now. Will they come down? Of course, everything that goes up comes down. Mama Tasin says, hi Shah, how are you bro? I'm good brother, how are you? I'm glad. I hope you can hear me. If you could confirm, that would be nice. Okay, no raised hands here on Telegram. Mary says, I can hear you. Voice clarity is good. No issues with the heater. Okay, then I'll turn on my massager and we are good to go. Costa, you go ahead first. Then Mustafa, you can talk after Costa.
I just wanted to say hi. Don't have a question.
Thank you, Costa. Thank you.
Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you. Okay, now Mustafa, go ahead. And thank you for confirming, Muhammad Tasin, that you can hear me. That helps a lot. Okay, Mustafa, I think you have to unmute yourself.
Sorry. I missed the early sessions. You may have covered this. Now that BTC has hit all-time highs, what's your next move personally?
Next move is simple. I have mentioned this in the video that is posted already on YouTube, that because it was holding really well to 102,500, the only expectation was the all-time high, which is 110, and after that it is 120, but for 120 we need stability. We need stability at 110. If we are not closing above 110 for more than 2 days, then the only thing is that we have created the high. Now the top is in. Now we can start the downward journey. That is going to be pretty much the next move for Bitcoin. If we are not stabilizing the all-time high, then the only thing that you can expect is to go down, because the markets either go up or they go down. They just don't sit in one particular place. And Bitcoin, I have showed this thing previously as well. I'll show it again. I showed this in the video of my daily video. Bitcoin has started this structure thing where it goes like this for almost 2 weeks, then it rallies. It goes like this for 2 weeks, then it rallies. It has done it here, so that's why when it was here, I was expecting it to do it again. And the stability at 102,500, it was really stable. It wasn't creating even a single candle body below it, so it made me question that, okay, maybe the stability is just too much. Bitcoin wants to go and hit the all-time high. So now that is done, Bitcoin needs to do the same thing of going like this at 110. If it is not able to do that, then finally Bitcoin will start diving down and we will start seeing a dump in the market. And that's pretty much it with Bitcoin. Okay. Do you have any further follow-up or all good? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yes, Mary, go ahead.
Hi, Shah. So in the big picture of Bitcoin, how do you see it, like in the macro picture of like 2025, 2027?
Oh, okay. So I was going to ask you, what do you mean by big picture? How many years? So when we talk about 2025, I think I'm still sticking to my 120. I would not make a sales pitch for higher than 120 because I think it's too much. I really need to go. Once it goes to 120, I really need to go and I need to go and see that is BlackRock and other people doing the same thing that they did with the real estate in 2008, where real estate markets, they were horrible, but they continued to scam the retail investors. They stole everyone's money. Not talking about BlackRock particularly. I'm talking about the overall methodology that was used. They brought in everyone into a bubble and then the bubble burst. So I want to see that if Bitcoin is being promoted like that, then I can say that okay, then I can actually offer exaggerated prices towards $200,000. Not that Bitcoin should go there. It's just that if institutions are tapping into people in that manner, which happened with the real estate. Real estate doesn't crash like that. Such nasty things don't happen to real estate, but people were able to do that only because they pushed it too much and they pushed a lot of garbage in between. Now they have movies on it, books on it, and everything. So I have to go and see that if institutions are pushing it like that. If it is not being pushed like that, I would still stick to my 120. I wouldn't go for higher prices than that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The only thing that I'm seeing. Yeah.
So you don't see it dropping?
Oh, dropping, of course. Of course, I'm seeing dropping. that is
dropping under like 70,000?
Yeah. $70,000 is there, but at 70, I have to go and check that can we drop more or not, because at 70, how it behaves, we will know that can we see 50 or not. Because going from the all-time high, look, we have a percentage, right? We have agreed on a drop of percentage of 35% last time we calculated. From 74 to 49, that is your percentage in a bull run. That is done already. So we have a recorded history how with ETF and all the money that is pumping into the market in a bull run, Bitcoin can drop. So even if we assume that we are sitting in a bull run, then a 30 to 35% drop is a reasonable drop, which can easily push us towards 70K. At 70K, I have to go and check that can we actually go and drop further below or not. So at 70K, I have to go and judge, because at that time when it is $70,000, Bitcoin is sitting there, then I can check that what are the circumstances of the economy. If by then economy has also started playing its part and people are in recession or worse, then that can push us further down, because people will realize that we are not in a bull run, we are in a bear run, and altcoins are actually giving signals like that. But the only thing that right now you are seeing in the market is Bitcoin that is actually doing really, really well. Bitcoin went and created the new all-time high, but Ethereum is not sitting anywhere close to what it was a few days ago. So Ethereum is still sitting at 2568, and it is not its peak that it created few days ago. So even if you look at it from the altcoins perspective, we are still below the areas that we were there a little bit long ago. So it is a Bitcoin rally and not the rest of the crypto rally. So if we are talking about the whole market, I think that once the leader starts dropping, because this is a warfare of a leader where everything is dependent on the leader. So if something happens to the leader, you lose it. It's like the old tactics when you would have one famous leader, like in the case of Alexander the Great, right? He was famous, he was the main face of the business. When he died, everything collapsed with it. But that was not the case scenario with other leaderships we have seen in history, where they would replace leader after leader, and it was about the dynasty and not about the leadership. So that is not the case scenario with the Bitcoin, but it is the case scenario. It is the leadership problem with the crypto market, that it has a leader. So once you see Bitcoin collapsing, the rest of the market will collapse with it. So you will have a bear market in place, and I think people will pretty much accept it. And yeah, I'm seeing a lot of comments on YouTube as well. BTC is moving, but alts are not. Why? So that's the thing. And I'll get back to YouTube comments. I'm going to respond. I'm just addressing Mary right now. So I hope I have answered your question, Mary.
Yes. So just to confirm, like in the long run, you do see it going down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Look,
right, thank you.
look, the thing is that, like I said one time in the Telegram chat as well, if it doesn't go down this year, then I will not buy this year then. I will wait for the next year. At the end of the day,
Okay.
it is going to go down because everything that goes up goes down. Look at Tesla, one of the most hyped stock, how it initially went up and then how it later on went down. Same is the case scenario with Nvidia, how it initially went up and then it went down. Everything that goes up, it goes down again. And it's just a game of waiting. There is no harm in it. It's better to enter a market while you're knowing what you're doing instead of jumping onto Bitcoin at $109,000 because we think that it will go to, we assume it might go to 150.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Okay, I'll read some comments now. I can hear you. Are you enjoying BTC pump? I just woke up, brother. It's 20 minutes that I'm awake. The only thing I did is took pills for my gastritis. If BTC falls, it will affect alts badly. Of course, that's the worst part of it. When BTC pumps, it pumps alone. And when it dumps together. Why BTC pump did not improve alts? Because all the money that is going into Bitcoin is going from USD. It's not going from USDT or USDC. The money that is flowing into Bitcoin is going from cash, from banks directly. And when they sell, it gets out of Bitcoin directly as well. That's why Bitcoin dominance is not helping the influencers these days. They continue to look at it, but Bitcoin dominance is a relationship between Bitcoin and altcoins. But your relationship is broken because now the money doesn't go from altcoins into Bitcoin because USDT is an altcoin, USDC is altcoin. All these coins have a broken relationship with Bitcoin now. So now they go to BlackRock and other people, they give them dollars, they get Bitcoin. Now it is not that you go to an exchange and you buy Bitcoin from there. So as the relationship is broken, it is directly now from dollar, thanks to ETF. So it is now behaving in a very different manner. Not very different, but different manner. It's not the same 2021 or 2022. My cats are fighting, damn it. Okay. Shah, what do you think to plan to start buying altcoins? I will wait for Bitcoin to dip and only after that I'll do it. Yes, Adil, you can speak now. You have to unmute yourself. Oh, you are in Dubai, Adil. I saw your post. You moved there. I think you really need a good VPN to make calls work. Same applies for WhatsApp call and other calls. So might struggle to actually talk. Okay. Okay, BTC is moving, alts are not. Why we thought about it? Any thoughts on XRP? I posted the XRP video a few hours ago. My thoughts have not changed. It's still the same. Chiquita! Sorry, it's my cat. I'm not giving him attention. I woke up. Instead, I'm live, so he's pissed off. When do you plan to start buying? Alts are not moving. Still same old, same old. What is the best way to analyze the chart for perfect entry and exit? There is no perfect entry and exit. And analysis are of different forms. You can use any form. The only thing that you need to do is to stick to one style so you don't over analyze and confuse yourself. One thing that I have sadly seen in the market or with the people is that they overanalyze things. They look at one thing from every angle, and those people that use a lot of indicators, they generally suffer just because of that. So I think that if you just
You hear?
yes, I can. Yes, Adil.
Okay, finally weekend is working. Okay, so I wanted to ask the portfolio that we have for trading, in how many portion we should divide that? Because someday we get 5 trades, someday we only have 1 to 2 trades.
For trading, I think the best way to deal with trades, if you are doing it on your own, I cannot do it with my VIP because people don't follow the concept of 2%. If people were following the concept of 2%, we wouldn't be hitting this many stop losses. The reason for that is simple. This is something that I teach students in my classes. When we take trade, we take the trade to get liquidated. But it's only 2% of our portfolio, which means that we will fail 50 times before we lose all money. Okay? All the money that we have allocated for trading, we will fail 50 times and you don't fail. You can be the worst trader on the planet. You cannot fail 50 times in a row. So
yeah, I am from last few days I'm testing with the VIP trades.
Yeah.
I'm getting good success with it. So that's why I have confusion, like should I go with like each trade, like if I, for example,
keep the amount same. Keep the amount same.
10K?
Keep the investing amount same. That's one thing that you can do. But like I said, as people don't follow the 2% concept, I cannot use bigger stop losses. Like when I wanted to share the short, I looked at it, the risk to reward ratio was big, but it was a scalp. The problem with scalp is that your stop losses are always bigger than your first take profit, and you can't do anything about it because the market will go and hunt it. It will go and hit your stop loss. So, but you know that it is a hunt, you will make it out. And that's why I said that when you are following the concept of 2%, you can leave your stop loss open. It can go and do whatever it wants to, because that way you have a way more bigger stop loss. It cannot go and hit. It will only hit if you are 100% wrong about the direction. Like the markets are rallying and you're shorting it. It's not a fake out which will go and touch it. You're right about the direction, you're just not becoming a victim to manipulation. But coming back to the point where you talking about VIP trades, with VIP trades, as you cannot follow the 2% because we are giving tighter stop losses, we generally try to keep it under 2% or a little bit closer to 2%. In that case scenario, I think you should stick to the bigger funds, but don't go crazy about it. If you're not using 2%, maybe use 5%. 5%. 5% or 10. If you do 10%, that is only 10 trades. Yeah. So 5% at least, it gives you 20 trades, because and you need to take all the trades. So there is a possibility you might miss them.
Yeah. So what I was facing the issue was, for example, when you share the limits, most of times I am not able to catch that limit because you give a value like range from like 0.9 to 0.7 buy from this range.
Yeah.
And sometimes what happen, I try to catch like, I don't know if I should put the limit order at 0.9 or 0.7 or in the middle. So that's the
it's for people who do DCA. The reason we share limit is for those who like to take multiple entries, because some people, they don't like to enter into a coin at one point. They want to enter at multiple points, right? But those who don't want to take multiple entries, they only want to take one entry, then they should always take the higher price point, because that's the point. That's the price point that will hit for sure anyway.
So I see in almost all trades, stop loss is always mentioned.
Yeah.
And usually it's around 10% or 20% of the trade value. But most of the trades, the
10%, 20%.
Not mentioned. Yeah, I see some of the recent. They were like 20%.
Let me check. It might be getting crazy these days. Which one? Recent one, I see Venry. But you must be talking about something else.
I think it was Griffon or
Griffon. Yeah. With Griffon, I can check. It might be that much, But the reason for Griffin would be that it's a small market cap. With smaller coins, you have again the stop losses are a problem. But this is what decides your leverage. If you see that the leverage is crazy, stick to 2-3x. If you see that the leverage is not crazy, the stop loss is not crazy big, then go up to 5x, 7x, maximum 10x. I don't recommend using crazy leverages. People do that, but again, using bigger leverage leads to hitting stop loss quickly, and actually you cannot even manage the stop
This was a
loss.
spot trade, right? This was a spot.
This is a this is a spot trade. It says spot only. It's not a long, and it's a swing. So with swing, I forgot the swing part. With swing, we use bigger stop losses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that. And about the taking profit point, most of the trade, the taking profit is not mentioned until the trade is triggered.
Yeah.
And after some time, the taking profit is. So what I see most of the time, trade is triggered and it's starting going up, but because the taking profit is not mentioned, sometime it is like 10% up, but still the TP is not given. So we miss that 10%.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking, maybe if every trade we take, we can set a TP at 10%. So every time it go up, we can just take 10% and close the trade. Is that right strategy? Or
Yeah, I think this is a good strategy for your personal trades. What you do is that put a 10% in. At that way, you change the stop loss to your entry. One thing, you take the TP1 and you're booking the most profit possible. Because if TP1 is shared a bit higher than that, then you can still take it.
Yeah.
Because it is a running trade, right? But I think it's a good strategy for you. That if it is at least giving 10%, then why not take it? Why wait for the TP1?
Yeah, because today we missed on, I guess, Griffin, it was 10%
Yeah.
up, but because TP was not given, so it went down to like 3-4%,
Yeah.
and TP1 was given like,
Yeah.
we can do the TP1.
Exactly.
That was the thing
Yeah.
that
Yeah, and this is the thing about Griffin. Like I mentioned, Griffin is a small market cap coin. They always create a lot of wicks, and the the volatility is always crazy. So I think using this concept can really help you.
All right. Okay, another thing I wanted to know, do you care about the fear and greed index?
No, I have stopped looking at the most common indicators that general public uses because unless I have time to sit down and then start thinking like the market makers, and then I start thinking like the big investors, the krakens, or maybe some whales, and then I think that okay, they are seeing it, they are seeing that the general public is seeing it as well. How am I going to behave now? Now that is like writing a movie. You have to script it out and think that okay, general public is seeing the fear index or the FOMO index. How would I act accordingly? Because you need to understand the game that whales have to play. I'm talking about the active whales, not the sleeping whales. Because sleeping whales, they are dead weight. They are not whales. It's like I'll give you a very easy example of that. I used to work in United Nations, so there was a lady. She owned a home that was worth $7 million, and that was in Kabul, Afghanistan. So she lived in that home. People used to say that she's rich, and I said she's not rich because she's living in it. And she was working in that job, and she was struggling financially on top of it as well. She wasn't living a really amazing life she was living a very decent life with a bit of struggles because she had her kids outside in India and Turkey for studies. So while you have that kind of a net worth, it doesn't mean anything. Why? Because it's a dead weight. It's the same thing, same case scenario with people who have a lot of Bitcoin and they're not selling it. They are irrelevant to the market. You cannot consider them to be whales. So when you're doing your math, you don't include them. Because these people that are sleeping on Bitcoin from previous 10, 15 years, they might as well continue to sleep further long as well. So I think that when you're considering people for your equation, always consider active people. Then try to look at these fear and FOMO indexes and see how you can perceive it according to them will they play against you or in favor of you? Because if you are winning, if retail is winning, whales are losing. If whales are losing, then retail is winning. It's a game that one side has to lose, the other side to make money. You cannot, both people cannot win. It's money making is a process of taking the money from one hand to another. And in the world of Warren Buffett is the game of patience, which takes away the money from the impatient and gives it to the patient. Which in simple language is you wait for the markets to crash to buy the bottom wherever is the bottom, whenever it is. And you sit and wait for it as patiently as possible, and you don't FOMO in.
Exactly. So I understand that you really like Ethereum and you don't like Solana and.
I was an Ethereum investor. I don't like to marry coins anymore.
Yeah. So the confusion part, for example, if you see there are a lot of reserve strategies are creating for Bitcoin and Solana, but there are no reserve strategy creating for Ethereum. Why is like that? No one is creating reserve strategy for Ethereum.
Look, these are marketing strategies. You market something that is easy to market. You don't market dead products. I don't know if you have worked in sales or not. When you are giving products to sales to push, you always give them the products that are easy to sell. They call them hotcakes. You don't give them dead weight. All these gimmicks of reserves for Solana and Bitcoin, they're only for fun. Take them at the entertainment level. Don't take them seriously. They're not created for Ethereum because everyone is upset with Ethereum. Just recently, people started talking about Ethereum and they started getting excited, and Ethereum again fucked them up because now again Bitcoin is moving and Ethereum is not. So people are perplexed because 2 weeks ago when I made the video of Bitcoin versus Ethereum and I asked which one do you pick, people said Bitcoin. And then Ethereum pumped 50%. Then they all changed their sentiments towards Ethereum because I can see that the viewership on my videos for Ethereum has improved dramatically. So they all are looking at Ethereum. And now when they are in Ethereum, again Bitcoin is pumping. So I think that the markets always have a favorite coin that they pick and they push. The all-time favorite is always Bitcoin. It's easy to push because that's one coin that is dwelling around everywhere. I'll give you another example. I had a call with a student of mine a few days ago. He's not an active student. He had an issue and then we were on a call. He brought in his friend. He is a businessman that is leaving USA. He has over $30 million and he wants to move out funds. That's why he was talking to me. But the thing that he said was that he wants to invest some of his money in Bitcoin. He doesn't understand crypto. He's new to everything. But this is the thing. It's the overall fame for Bitcoin that leads to such kind of investments. And then people say that, oh, whales invested. But you have no idea that the whale is a fucking dumb whale. The whale has no idea. You're talking about someone that is rich but doesn't understand crypto. Yeah. So
they then started referring to their clients as like put your 5% portfolio in Bitcoin.
Exactly.
So a lot of billionaires and millionaires have started
investing in it. And like the yesterday, I received a call from the property manager of this building. He said he's leaving for India. He's leaving Canada. He will not come back. He was saying that I want to buy some Bitcoins, and I was like, why? He said that because I want to exhaust my credit cards. So it's the usual game when you are leaving a country, you scam the credit card system and then you leave. So I told him that why. So I told him, why are you buying Bitcoin? Why are you not buying a stable coin? And he didn't know what is a stable coin. So it's always this kind of stupid, crazy money that comes to Bitcoin from whales and non-whales that leads to the overall thing because it's the most marketed coin right there. And like I said, you push only one thing that is easy to push. You can make people buy Bitcoin at 110 and make them think they're making the best decision of their life.
But if quantitative quantitative easing started happening, like will this run continue going on like for a bit longer, few more months, or it will still stop if the money printing happen?
Let me give you an example. So you have a friend. He recently became really rich. Okay. And what you do is that you go to him and you tell him that, hey, here is $100,000 to help you. He would look at you and think that, why are you trying to help? I'm multimillionaire now. Same is the thing with the market. You have all good news in the market. Everyone is happy. It doesn't make sense that they would do quantitative easing. Quantitative easing is only done when things are bad. So if people are not struggling, if the government itself or the entities who are responsible for the easing, they have not accepted the fact that we are sitting in bad markets, they will not do easing. It makes no sense. There is no logical sense to it. You only go and help when you see that someone is begging. If there is no begging, the indicators are saying that everything is good, it makes no sense. So while Bitcoin is pumping, I don't see quantitative easing coming in.
Okay.
Okay?
Makes sense.
No problem at all. Okay, now I'll take some comments from YouTube. Just a second. Thoughts are XRP, altcoin are not moving while Bitcoin is moving. We talked about it. Altcoin is disappointing. Yes, Bob, unfortunately, that's the Bacha. I'll unmute you and we will talk. I'm just taking few comments from YouTube. This is exactly the problem we have right now, that altcoins are demonstrated as horrible coins and everything is about Bitcoin, and I think that things are working really well in favor of ETF accordingly. What is the best way to analyze? We talked about it. Hey brother, first of all, thank you for your video on CGPT, because this helped me to buy it at 1 and it's already at 1.3 and hopefully going to the moon. I hope so. I have some funds sitting there. BTC is moving. Are you happy? Yeah, I think I would be happy. Will we hit 200K this year? I would give you an answer once we see 120. That's my first target. To 200K, I need to really dig deep for it. Thanks so much for the live. Can you please talk about Litecoin? I can analyze it and give you a video on it. There's nothing much to talk about Litecoin. I have talked about Litecoin in the past. Litecoin was created to mock Bitcoin. Initially, you can consider it to be the first meme coin in the space, and later on, like every meme coin trying to look appropriate, like Shiba Inu creating their swap and their blockchain and everything and saying that, look, we are the real deal. It is the same thing with Litecoin. Litecoin was nothing but a joke, but the joke was taken too seriously by the public. So now, of course, all these years later, people don't know that. If you were there in 2016, you would have known. But fundamentally, it's a horrible project. If you're trading it, it's fine. But as an investment, you can find other coins to invest in instead of Litecoin. Your cat's cool? Yeah. Okay, now Bacha, you can talk before I go and take more comments from YouTube. You have to unmute yourself. There's a question why.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi Shah, thanks for building such a nice community, strong community. It's like a one-stop shop where we get all the things related to crypto.
Thank you. I'm really happy that you're happy there, and thanks for being there.
Yeah, I have one question, Shah.
Yeah.
Can you please shed some light on Binance percentages? What does it charge on future trades? By giving an example of, like, if we do a 10x trade with 10,000, which is where we're putting 1,000 from our side,
Yeah.
and the trade goes for multiple days. Any idea how much Binance is charging us? Because I see it's little complicated. I think
It
they
is.
have different charges for market prices, market
There,
orders, and limit orders.
there is a problem with it. It's not just Binance, we see other exchanges as well, but Binance being the hero of the market, they charge more than other people, so they charge premium fees. I would have given you the percentages, is just one Google away. The problem with it is volatility. It has happened to me with 4 or 5 coins when last year I took 238 trades on leverage all at once. Then I started receiving emails from Binance that I'm getting charged 2%, 1%, 3%, crazy numbers. Only because when there is a crazy volatility, either it's pumping dramatically, it pumps 50%, 40% overnight, or it dumps 20, 30% overnight. When you have that kind of a situation, then what happens is that if you are sitting on the opposite side, if you are not hedging, let me simplify. If you are not in a long and short at the same time, it is going to start killing you in the fees. So while there is a straightforward fee, the reason these fees, they always continue to change, and I gave you the dramatic example, they continue to change is because of the volatility of the coin. If you are in a coin and all of a sudden it starts performing well, your fees will go up. So treat it like, and every exchange does this, is because you are holding a big chunk out of the market and on leverage. And in my case, it was big amount of funds. So it only made sense that they would come and tax me because you are this one person that is leading to a good amount of impact. If you have a price impact of 1 to 2% on that coin, that is a big hold that you have over that coin. So they come and they tax you for 2 reasons. One, to cover themselves because they are dealing with the liquidity problems and everything. Look, when people go there, let me tell you the pain point from the exchange part. When people go there to buy Bitcoin or anything else, it is the responsibility of the exchange to make it available by hook or by crook, which means that they are there in a pickle. They are there in a situation that is not in their favor, which means that they might end up buying Bitcoin at expensive prices just because they don't have Bitcoins to serve to their customers. And that is not ideal. Exchanges, they always buy bottoms, they always collect, and they always leave their collected coins in the pools to deal with the overall situation. But when you see that the coin has such dramatic demand and you don't have any owner of the coin to scream at, then it is the responsibility of the exchange to deal with you. So that's why they have started charging these fees throughout. In some places, they can actually go and scream at the owner. Like I have a coin, when the volatility would kick in, the L Bank, they will send me a message on Telegram saying, go and fix the price. And I would go and invest my own money to fix the chart. Because they would say that your chart has dropped 20% in 24 hours, fix it. And they will warn me, we will delist you. So you can do these kind of things if there is an owner to scream at. But if exchanges are listing coins on their own, like let's talk about Nero, right? Meme coin, fatherless, it's listed on Binance. Whatever happens in Nero is pretty much on Binance. You can't go and ask anyone for Nero that go and fix it or give me money or add liquidity or do something else. So these fees, they always cover and help the exchanges. So that's why there is no fixed rate. There is a starting rate which is available on Google, and I can actually put it in the chat as well. But that won't help you, because once you open a leverage trade and you keep it running, because I kept my leverage trades running from 5th of August till November. So everything that I was supposed to experience, I experienced it. And as I had 238 trades, so I got to experience the good and the bad at the same time.
Thanks. And is there a way to go in the previous trades and see how much we have been charged in the previous trades?
Yeah.
Does Binance show somewhere?
Yeah. You can check it that in the settings. I can give you the guide for it as well in the chat. I'll post it there. Then you can follow through. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Next is Anna. Yes, Anna.
Hi there. Can you
Hi.
hear me okay?
Yes. Is this your first time?
It's not actually.
Okay.
I've been, it's the second though, and I just want to say thank you so much. It's such an amazing and kind and sweet community, and I just love the way you provide your services, and you have like a dash of an arrogance that is quite refreshing, I think. But then you, at the same time, you're really down to earth, and I just love the community. It's the very first one that I can say absolutely love it, and there is nothing that I could say is bad about it, you know?
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate that.
all my thumbs go up. Shah, I would like to know, is there a way, you know how you give us a lists of coins that we could buy at certain prices? I wonder if there are lists of coins that perhaps you could provide that where we can short the market.
I did that last year with my students.
Okay.
I gave them a list of certain coins from certain category. The top category was metaverse, but we all know that how that went. I told them that 2025 the markets will drop. So when you are there in January, that is the time to start shorting. And in January they had a lot of mixed feelings. You need to understand that my continuous problem with everyone around me is that I'm not famous. I don't have a lot of subscribers. So when I tell them something, they don't believe it. The only other option is for me to start bringing in my money and start putting it on the table and tell them that, look, I'm rich, please listen. So they believe that Trump is coming in, things will be different this time, and I'm wrong, and they didn't short metaverse. Metaverse was really easy because even in the 2021, when it was the metaverse rally, the best thing was to realize that metaverse, a lot of metaverse coins, and I categorically picked gaming coins for them, and I told them there is no way, it is impossible. The word impossible is for gaming coins to do well in the long run, and they will drop. Why? Because gaming coins, how are these coins generated? Their supply continuously increase when you're playing that game. So Xe Infinity, multi-billion-dollar project, hero of 2021. You look at GMT. You look at there was another heroes of Mavia. So many coins came recently as well. All these coins, when you play them, you receive these coins for free. All you need to do is play that game. Okay, so it means that it continuously increases their supply. There is a continuous inflation in it. There is no limit to their inflation. As you're dealing with a disastrous situation like this, when the market starts getting bad, these are the coins that do extremely horrible, and then you start shorting them. So there is a way to deal with it, to find the weakest link in the space. And as there are so many gaming coins, they're easy to pick on. Other than that, last year again I picked a category called ordinals. I talked about ordinals a lot. There were initially there was a coin called OD that hit multi-billion. It became really famous. Then they started creating a lot of ordinals. This year, if you talk to people what are ordinals, they might even not know what is ordinal. So I talked about it, and I said that this thing can do horribly by going down, because ordinals was a necessity. At that time, it was a patch on the leak that came, and we hit that sticker on it. The leak was fixed, but it was overvalued and overhyped. So ordinals will go down. Yes, you can go and attack other coins that can do well, but over there your fighting will be a bit more challenging. But if you're going for categories that are there, that are stepchildren to begin with, so they're easy to target. They're easy to target and bully, because these are the categories like that. So from the top of my head, I gave you two categories. Yeah.
Okay. So I was just going to ask, is there a specific coin that you would say, guys, you might want to short this one, as soon as Bitcoin starts dropping, because you will, have a really nice write down.
I think I can share a list in VIP. I'll post a list of the coins
Amazing.
of the coins
Yes, wonderful.
that I would think that they will drop more than the rest of the market. I call them shitters. So I'll share them.
Okay, excellent. Well, Shah, once again, thank you so much. Thanks everyone who brings so much to the community. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Anna. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Okay. There's a YouTube comment. What do you think about Apex coin? From top of my head, I don't know. I have to go and check. I don't know what do they do, unfortunately. If I find some time, I'll go and check. There's a question. I need to divorce with my coin or my real wife with a file divorce. It's a comment, not a question. It's always the coin, not your wife. I think if you have a good wife, I'll quote Socrates here. He said that if you get a good wife, you become a good person. But if you get a bad wife, you become a philosopher. So I think that a bad wife leads to a lot of problems. So I hope you have a good wife. Just stick with her. Unless you want to become a philosopher. And I think it was because he himself lost his wife. And I think he wrote this when he was in jail. Something like that. Can AIOZ 100x this bull run? No. That's something that I can write it on paper and give it to you. Which BSC meme coins have most potential according to you? I have to go and check. These days I'm a bit far from meme coins, so I wouldn't know. But you have mentioned Vinu and Baby Dodge. Baby Dodge I know from last bull run. Baby Dodge, actually Elon Musk came and he posted about it as well. Sometimes when Elon Musk's engineers or other team members, they invest in coins, Elon Musk, for the sake of friends and family, he goes on Twitter and he posts. And in 2021 he was really shamelessly doing it a lot, so he went and he posted Baby Dodge do, and then it doubled its market cap after that tweet. So Baby Dodge still, now it's on Binance as well. It has potential if you catch it on bottom. Yeah, I mean this is one of those coins that has lived this long. Okay, we have two raised hands, Harry and Adil. I'll first take Harry, then I'll take you, Adil. If I'm missing the sequence, I do apologize. I just saw the hands together. Harry, you have to unmute yourself, Harry. That's Tobey Maguire's, it's not Tobey, what's his name in Spider-Man? That's his friend's name, Harry. I posted a video of him slapping him twice. That video did well too. Anyway, I think Harry is struggling, so I'll let Adil speak. Sorry, I always get your name wrong, brother. Is it Adil or Adil? I think it's Adil, right? Okay, he's struggling too. Quick question, do you recommend to wait for big dump?
Can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so bro, I was thinking of a strategy. For example, what if we use 100% of our portfolio for trading, but we set a goal of like 1% profit daily? Because the volatility is that much, it's very easy to grab 1%. But like for big amounts,
then
like
don't use
100,
more than 1% of your bag. Make it 100 trades.
No, but
yeah,
that will be very difficult to do 100 trades.
No, you don't need to take 100 trades a day. I'm saying 100 trades to lose all of your bag. Don't go beyond 1% of your overall investment. You have $100,000, right? Invest $1,000 per trade. I think that's more than enough, right?
Yeah, but we are already doing that with the VIP, like you mentioned, 2%
Yeah.
or 5%.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a different strategy. For example, if we use all of our balance, but we set of goal like we need only 1% profit, because that is very easy to do, to get 1% profit of any coin, like the movement, daily movement. Is it a good strategy, or compared to that, with this strategy we can aim, for example, for 30% monthly
Yeah.
on our full amount? Compared to that, the average I guess we are getting is 50%
Yeah.
with the trades you are sharing. So
Yeah.
which strategy would you recommend? Like
I would
1%
recommend I would,
daily
I would
or
recommend to stick to monthly or quarterly. Don't stick to the daily. Daily will kill you. Daily will kill you. I used to do option trading in forex. I used to do it in the morning at around 6 7 a.m. and I used to do it in the evening as well, twice a day, and I had to win every day. I did it for 1 week, then I deleted that account and I let go of it. It was killing me. This is too much pressure, unnecessary pressure for no reason. If you want to make money 30%, it doesn't need to be 1% every day. You might get lucky one day and make 15%. Look, trading comes with an extreme rule of discipline. Why? Because if you don't have discipline, it will end up killing you. One thing that is very common in trading is called over trading. Once you set a target of 30% and you made that 30% from one trade, you got lucky, you take that month off. You don't trade anymore. So you really need to have that kind of discipline. And this is, like I said, this is one of the things that I discussed. There are a series of things that you write down, jot down, and you make a discipline, and then you look at that document and you stick to it. So if you overtrade the 30% that you have made, there is a high possibility you will lose 10 to 20% of it. And
yeah.
you, and
But
you,
even
yeah,
if we follow the signals from this group, like VIP group,
yeah.
still we should set a target,
I think you
or
should
we should
have.
just
I
take
think
all
you
the
should have. You
trades.
should always have your own discipline and your own targets, because look, you need to have life and joy in between. If your mind is not having a general feeling that you are at peak of success, you are at the top of the world. If you don't have that feeling, your trades will always have some kind of other emotional baggage around it, because you're always going through the struggle, but then there is no moment of success or time off or anything for you. Yes, you will miss out on maybe some other good trades, but why do you care? You already have a target of 30%. You hit the target, you leave. You don't need to take all the trades.
And with 30% profit, we can do compounding. Like we started with 10,000. The next
Trading,
month we
in trading, you
with
don't
30,000.
compound. You don't compound. This is another thing. Now we are doing a trading one-on-one class here. So traders don't compound. Those who compound, they always lose.
Okay.
Traders, the first rule of trading is to get your initial capital back. Okay? Even if you're using bots. Again, one of my students from USA, he used a bot. He invested $45,000. He hit $120,000, $110,000. I begged him to take his initial out. Don't do the compounding. And he listened. He got $35,000 initial back. He left. He made, I think, 135K. He left 100K behind. And in one night, he lost $95,000. Then he took $5,000 back. He was back to where he was, and then he stopped using that bot. So the thing is that even if you're using bot, you're using human beings. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. Traders always take their initial capital back. Then what is left was equal to the initial, but this is your pure profit. Then you continue to trade with your profit until one day you lose it all. Because traders, they always lose. This is something that a lot of people will not accept, but a trader will blow up his account eventually. Either it will be in 6 months, or it will be in 1 year or 2 years, but you will blow up your account. You will lose all the investments. The reason for that is
Even if we are using stop loss.
You will not use stop loss. I'll give you an example that happened to me.
If I just follow, sorry, if I just follow like the signals, I don't do anything on my own. I just follow the signals in the group.
Your
And
emotions
still
will kick in,
they-
brother. You will have a fight. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, 3 times. If you get divorced, you have a family. The way you are behaving now and when you are divorced is going to be different. It's going to be totally different. It's always emotional baggage someone dies, someone divorces you, something happens. It's always something that comes along. Someone gets interested in you and is carrying a gun around and is telling you that give me $1 million or I'm going to shoot you or your kids. It can be anything. There is something that happens in the life, and it has happened to a lot of people, including me, and it has happened to a lot of gurus as well. There is a crypto guru here in Toronto. He's friends with me. He's from Pakistan. He blew up his account of $250,000 while he was at job because his wife divorced him. So this is really, really, really common. The only thing that you need to do is to keep in mind that eventually you're going to blow up. So what you should be using should be your profit. You're making profit on profit until you blow it up, then you add your initial capital again. This is where investing and trading is different. People do trading as if they are investing, and that's why they are never successful. They never make money. So trading comes with discipline and strict rules. You follow through, only then you eat. You make profit, you take it out. You make profit, you take it out. You buy something with it in real life, or you eat it, go and party, or do something for the family. But you don't do compounding. Traders that compound, they always lose. And I was just one last example.
Okay.
It comes from the seller of an exchange. I didn't have that data in Turkey. When I was buying an exchange, they told me that the average trader loses their whole account in 6 months. That tells you how well they're doing emotionally.
Yeah, but we have like portfolio in divided by 3, like you recommended 30% for trading.
Yeah, but right now you were saying you want to do 100% in trading. So that's why I said that.
Yeah. Okay. So, but if we go like with 30%, then it's fine.
Yeah. If you have divided portfolio, some for the rainy day, some for investments, some for trading, yeah, then it's fine. Look, you can compound in investing as much as you want, because investing, it is starting from square one again. You have to again go and find a coin that makes sense. Put in all the energy, do all the research, then go and invest, right? And you are doing it in a diversified manner and it makes sense. You go and do that. You are compounding in investing, it's fine. That's what Warren Buffett does. That's what he did. But when it comes to trading, you can't do compounding. And rainy day funds, you can compound that as well. Whenever you are making profit from trading, you add a little bit to the rainy fund. Why rainy fund is your cash? Rainy fund is your cash, and you only use it when the markets crash. This year, it might be February and April. So it's only those times when you bring those funds in.
Yeah, that was a quick day to make 20, 30, 40% gains.
Yeah. Really? Yeah, in 2 days. I actually, when I bought on the, it was 6th of April, I think. I got out of that in 2 days. I made, I think 15% on average. Some coins they did well, some they didn't do well. And I was just sitting there and getting annoyed. So I said, okay, let me go and buy. I bought 12 coins. One of the coins was not available from the list of VIP on Binance. So I replaced it by something else and I bought it. So I think that is the quickest, easiest way to make money. But if I was an investor buying at 6th of April, I wouldn't sell it. I would just sit with it. And I would look like a hero in the month of May. But as it is rainy day fund, you stick to your principles, rules, you don't break them. Rainy day funds have single concept. You go and you buy in the crash, then you let it run for 2 days. If you see 10%, 15% gains, whatever gains you're getting on it, you sell and you come back. It continues to grow your funds. Of course, it is a slow process. It happens like 3-4 times a year, but it's the most easiest way to make money.
Yeah, but if it happens only 3-4 times, we can still like 2x our.
Oh, of course. You are doubling your account, almost getting close to doubling your account in 1 year. It's like investing in real estate, the craziest markets of real estate. The only person that I have seen doing a 10x on real estate is again a student of mine. He did it in India. He invested $100,000. It went to 1 million.
In how long?
10 years. 10 or 11 years, yeah.
So it's annually twice the money.
Yeah, and I think he invested in Bombay. That's the most expensive city right now. I don't know. It must be in the top 5 cities right now. It's when I go there, I start crying. it's so expensive. It's so 2 places that humble you in India. One is Mumbai and one is Gurgaon. Now they call it Gurugram. Over there, when I saw that 2-bedroom apartment was $1 million, I was like, what the hell is this? How can a 2-bedroom apartment be $1 million? And not talking about Mumbai. Mumbai is worse. But yeah, anyway.
Got it. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. Okay, I'll take some comments now from YouTube. Big Slot says, hey Paul, where can I follow your trades? I have a Telegram community called VIP. The link to Telegram community is in my every video description. Click there, and then over there when you go, ask for VIP. People will help you. Okay, thanks a lot, Shah. You are a gem. Learning a lot of things from you. Today's live is awesome. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. Adil is trying to get some food from crocodile's mouth today. What is DOT's potential? DOT is okay. Potential is not that good. The retail investors who don't study, they are unhappy with it. So you can understand they are getting destroyed from both parts. Developers are not happy, then retailers are not happy with it either. So it is a big struggle. I have 7,000 XRP. Should I wait? It depends on where did you purchased. If you bought it at 50 cents and you are not selling at least some of it, I would say it's a bad decision. Do you know any exchange in Canada we can use that offer leverage or futures legally? No, Bob. There is none that I know for legally. There might be. You have to go and check. There were 2 when I came to Canada. There were 2. So I was using Binance. Then it got restricted in Ontario. That is where I am. I'm in Toronto. Then I was using it for Montreal. Then it totally got banned. Then I started using BitGet. BitGet was operating as well, but I heard later on that Canada banned them as well. So you have to go and check. I don't know any of them legally per se, but legality, I don't take legality seriously, because if you remember, in 1800s in India, or at least in the start of 1900s, everything that was legal is now called oppression. And we call it, what do you call it? Colonization from the British, but it was the law and legality. So law is all about perspective, from whose angle you are looking at it. So that makes laws really questionable for me, because what is legal might not be legal. It might be the oppressor oppressing you, and you wouldn't know that. What do you think about Algorand and Ondo? They both are extremely different, but Ondo is a new coin. I have to go and check their inflations. Only after that I can conclude among them which of them is good. But if you are going to make me pick one just right here, right now, I'll pick Ondo over Algorand. Just because it's fresh blood, people will still go after it. They might not go for Algorand. Have you personally invested in spot already or not yet? No, Samuel, I'm not invested yet. I'm going to wait out. All of my money is right now still in USDT. I do get in, do take trades, but I am not invested for the long term. My long term is usually 3 months, 6 months to 2 years max. I don't do marriages. I'm no Michael Saylor. ICP can break out in 1 to 2 weeks. It depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts the journey towards 120, of course. Otherwise, you will see ICP going back to the horrible land. Okay, now I'll go and take. Justin says, I listen. Thank you for listening. I'll take comments from the Telegram chat. There are 13, I think. It's over 1 hour, 5 minutes. I have to go. But I'll cover these just a second. Okay. What do you think of Python? Pyth, I have mentioned that they have increased their inflation. It's going to be a shit show for Pyth in the long run. Brother Shah, what do you think about Ethereum? A new all-time high soon. BTC made a new all-time high today. I don't think so, because BTC made a new all-time high. But when BTC starts dumping, Ethereum will be dumping along with it. Damn it, while we are on a live, it has happened. No one bothered telling me. Okay. Yeah, it's simple. Just like that, BTC dropped, Ethereum dropped. BTC pumps, Ethereum doesn't pump. This is the sad story. And like I said, anyway. Based on your calculation, do you foresee the market bottoming out between June and September like it did in April 6, 7? Sunday, if you are saying for Bitcoin, I might agree with you. On April 6, if it had hit $70,000, I would have pretty much let go of Bitcoin and I would have said, okay, it's okay. It went to $74,000. It missed my target by $4,000. I became a bitch about that $4,000, and that's why I still think bottoming out for Bitcoin is left. But for the rest of the crypto, no, I think it will be way worse than what you have seen on 6th of April. Carry on, you can talk. I'll take your question.
Hi, Shah, are you okay, mate?
Yeah, all good, brother. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, thanks, not bad. Just a very quick question, a bit selfish of me, but I really want to achieve a 5 to 6x from a personal perspective when you hopefully issue your sort of DCA spreadsheet. Would that, in the top 20 coins, be something that would be achievable just purely from a personal perspective? And I'm sure there's others up there who are trying to achieve a 5 to 6x from your sort of DCA spreadsheet that hopefully you'll sort of distribute to your VIPs. I just want to try and be as realistic and transparent. So,
this time what I would do is that in my VIP, when I share the list of 20 coins, as I always do for the purchase, I'll share the targets with it. Targets in a sense that I'll share my expectations of number of X's that I expect from it to go and do. I did that last time for the 5th of August last year, except for BNB and Ethereum. That didn't hit, because for BNB I had a target of $1,000, it did $720. Ethereum I had $5,000, it did $4,090 or something. So they both missed out on it. But the rest of the targets, rest of the coin, they pretty much went and it hit, and I think it was 20 coins or so. So based on personal experience, it gives me confidence in myself that I can give you the targets that would be reasonable. It wouldn't be exaggerated. They would go and get close to those targets. So on the basis of what I'm sharing, they would be somewhere in the middle. It wouldn't be conservative or too optimistic. It would be moderate. So you can treat it accordingly. And then you can decide that which coin you want to go for. And as always, remember, the higher the demand you have, the higher would be the risk, because you are asking for 5 to 6x. So it will be a more problematic journey in contrast to when you are asking for a 2x. Because 2x is easier to achieve even with the big decent projects. But when you're asking for 5, 6x, you're talking about a lot of coins that are under 1 billion. So yeah, but I'll share that for sure.
Nice one, thanks very much.
No problem at all. Okay, hi Shah, do you think ETH and TIA will ever reach their previous? TIA, no. Ethereum, yes. Ethereum, it doesn't matter how ETF fucked up Ethereum and the rest of the crypto space. Ethereum can still do well. Ethereum can still do well. I don't think Ethereum is messed up. It is going through some difficulties right now, but so is Solana. It's just that you guys don't get to see it, which is behind the scenes problem. But Ethereum is still outperforming Solana with the problems as well. So if Solana can survive, so can Ethereum. I think that Ethereum can do its all-time high. It's just a matter of time. Hello, brother Shah. I'm still holding my BTC short liquidation at 116. Did I still have the chance of going towards 85K? If you're still holding, then why not? Why not? My God, this is a crazy shot. I'm not scared of bad decisions with the longs, especially on Bitcoin, because we saw one example. A friend of mine from Mexico, he shared his friend account with me. He had a long on Bitcoin, and then of course Bitcoin went from $69,000 to $18,000. He had his long from $30,000 or $35,000. He sat with that long for multiple years, 2 years I think at least, and then eventually it went up. But when it comes to shorting, shorting is way more dangerous, and shorts, they scare me. Longs don't scare me, but shorts, they do scare me. But you're already stuck, so you might as well should see it through. I think your liquidation is at 116. You might as well take your chances with 85K. If I'm in your position, I would rather treat it as a gamble. I would let it run. Either it hits the 116, and then I go and cry in a shower for 2 days, or it goes towards 85K and I get the hell out of it. What is your thought about Cake this cycle? Cake is going to be a great project this cycle and the next cycle and the next cycle. That is how Cake is. Cake is a great project. People will realize it as well. They have deflation in system. All the fuck up that they have done, they are fixing it. And in the long run, Cake is going to do well. So if you are a Cake lover, you can buy it. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Thank you everyone for joining. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.